Bitcoin has made history this morning with breaking above the 50-week moving average for the first time since the end of 2015, guys. Bitcoin is making history this morning, and the price action is getting quite interesting. So what I need to see right now from a macro perspective for the bullish case to stay intact for Bitcoin, what I need to see is I need to see this weekly candle close above the 50-week moving average and have a new candle body form above the 50-week moving average and continue to hold above the 50-week moving average, guys. And as long as we do that, as long as Bitcoin can maintain above the 50-week moving average, I would say we are very likely due for the next bull market. So as you guys know, the 200 and the 50-week moving averages are very key indicators for me right now. In Bitcoin's history, we see that they've played, very important roles in the past. And I do think they will continue to play very important roles in the future. So guys, Bitcoin has completed step one for a bull market, and that is a clear break above the 50-week moving average. If Bitcoin can maintain the prices above the 50-week moving average, then what I need to see personally to get majority confirmation of a bull market ahead of us, I need to see the 200-week moving average squeezing in with the 50-week moving average, and I need to see Bitcoin's price maintaining above the 50-week moving average. And that to me would be a very, very clear sign of the beginning of the bull market. Now, guys, things in this market have gotten far more bullish, far faster than I expected, and I think that's pretty much for everyone right now. And of course, guys, in my opinion, if we didn't have the Tether FUD, or the bad news surrounding Tether, the potential criminal activity involving, Tether, Bitfinex, and crypto capital. If we didn't have that news, I personally think that we actually would have retraced most likely to, an upward sloping support line. But of course, we didn't do that, right? Because people are exiting Tether, people are buying Tether. Finally, people are starting to realize that, the market is actually capitulating into Bitcoin, guys. People are buying Bitcoin out of fear. Right, so there is a mass exodus out of Tether right now into Bitcoin, and people are capitulating out of Tether into Bitcoin out of fear. So I'm sure you guys have seen other analysts talking about the Google Trends data for Bitcoin, Bitcoin searches, like buy Bitcoin, stuff like this, right? We're not really seeing all that much of a rise in search volume for these types of searches. So in a sense, you could kind of say that means that usually when new money's entering the market, it'll reflect in the Google searches, right? Although there are different factors this time around, guys. In the last bull market, people weren't really aware of how to get a hold of Bitcoin. They had to Google it. They had to figure it out. And a large majority of the population now is very familiar with how to get a hold of Bitcoin. They already know about Coinbase. They already know about different exchanges, right? So I don't think we're going to see the same reflection in the Google Trends data as we did during the last great FOMO, the ICO mania phase, whatever you want to call it, right? I don't think we're going to see it reflect in the same way again. And guys, we actually have reports from Square Cash that Bitcoin sales are going parabolic and that there is new money entering the market, guys. There is new money entering this market. Of course, not as, nothing really in comparison to the last bull market. But guys, this, for many people right now, especially the new participants in the market, this is the first bull run they've ever experienced in Bitcoin, guys. If you are a YouTuber out there, I'm sure many of my viewers are content creators. You guys know there's new people commenting saying, hey, this is the first time I bought Bitcoin. I'm new to this, right? I see that a lot now. A lot of new people coming into this market. Now, of course, guys, the mania phase, it's not as hyped as the last time. Not nearly as hyped, right? We're not seeing, Bitcoin on every news cycle every single day. On every major media station, right? Guys, this type of FOMO, I don't think we're ever going to really see anything like that again. Not in this way. Not in this way, I don't think. I do think that Bitcoin is still on a long-term growth pattern and it is due for a bull market in the long term from the macro perspective. Also, guys, the short positions really haven't been, we haven't really seen much of a short squeeze yet. In the short term here, guys, if I just break it down to the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin is seeing, a nice new high. If we just look at the trajectory of these resistance points, we're kind of just, on a steady uptick for each resistance point. Even though we're hitting $5,800 and it's very exciting, Bitcoin is actually on the same trajectory as it's been the entire formation, right? We're getting these, slightly more horizontal lows, but higher highs. So Bitcoin is still on the same trajectory. And what's interesting is, we haven't really seen much movement above this previous resistance point. We've just, we just moved above it just slightly here on the non-USDT exchanges, just kind of pushed slightly above it here. And, the short positions really haven't been liquidated yet, or, the short positions have not decreased yet. So there is definitely still room for a short squeeze, right? And as you guys know, in my last video, I was talking about if we do break above 5,800 and we are able to get through the historic resistance zone here at 5,800, if we can break that, and if we can break 60 or 6,000, then again, we're likely, in my opinion, to actually come up to about $7,000, guys, as I've been saying, right? We're actually likely to hit about $7,000, which in my opinion would be a completion of this micro parabolic run, right? This parabolic run is, we can actually see this trajectory here. We have a parabolic setup right now, and if this does complete, we should be sitting at about $7,000, and that likely would be the end of the parabolic run. And if we do hit $7,000, then that would actually give the market a decent chance to build support above 5,800 and possibly continue to rally higher and form a more larger scale parabolic shift, right? Even if we sell off from this high, this can still maintain a parabolic trajectory, right? And I think 7,000 is actually very likely if we break above 5,800, as I've been saying, guys, right? So again, we are seeing, this is a very historic day for Bitcoin. We are breaking above the 50-week moving average. And yeah, so guys, this is a very bullish signal for me. What I now need to see is this weekly candle close above the 50-week moving average and and just maintain above the 50-week moving average. If before this week ends and we pull back below the 50-week moving average, well, things could get very bearish very fast once again. And if we fall below the 50-week moving average, then likely, guys, we're going to be retesting some lows again, whether that's 3,700, 4,200, or even a double bottom or lower lows, right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you all in the next video.